Jesus breathes his last, something amazing happens in the story which we get from St Matthew. That the curtain of the temple is torn from top to bottom, the rocks split, and then Matthew says something very strange, that the bodies of holy ones come out of their tombs, and that 3 days later, on the day of resurrection, walk into the holy city. What could he possibly have meant? We're not totally sure, but what we do believe is that he is saying life will never be the same again, that death is defeated. Now here we are in the cemetery here at St Peter and Paul's, and many of you have loved ones here, and many people come in and walk around here and spend time at the grave of somebody who's meant so much to them. And what are they seeking? Why do they come? Well, they walk to these places because they're seeking a deep connection with somebody who's had such a deep impression on their life, perhaps asking them to intercede for something, just sensing that their story lingers on even after death. We know that the bonds of love cannot be destroyed, and so there's a deep sense for the story to continue, and it can, which is part of the glorious news. So as we go around the graveyard here, you will see all signs of our creed, because you will see Sacred Heart of Jesus, pray for the repose of the soul of, or Our Lady of Lourdes, pray for the soul of, or in loving remembrance of, or in charity please pray for. And it's all a sign of our faith and our hope. But it's a sign of something perhaps even more, that we know that here on earth is not our home. We have, in a sense, a nostalgic chip inside us for the Garden of Eden, where everything was perfect, everything was beautiful, everything was serene. There are no problems, there are no stresses. We know that we have a restless heart which has an aching for something more than whatever is around, as beautiful as it might be, can offer. And we also sense that we need the people who have passed on before us, marked with the sign of faith. They've carved something into our being. And so if you look around, this is actually a great sign of hope. Many of these people have been part of our stories. They've worshipped with us, they've socialized with us, they've raised us perhaps, they have helped us to become the people that we are today. And so it's natural that sometimes we come in and it's, in a sense, we are looking for the tiny whisper, that sense that they are even now outside time and outside space, living the life that we are longing for, but also deeply connected with our own story. Remember that when Jesus rises again, he sees Mary Magdalene, who has had her life totally turned around. And when she greets Jesus, she clings to him. And Jesus says, Mary, don't cling to me. Don't cling to me. Why? Because from that moment on, he's inviting her to a greater intimacy. He will not be at her side, he will be inside. How? Through the Eucharist, through what has been celebrated on Holy Thursday, what has been sacrificed on Good Friday, and what has been displayed in all its glory in the rising of the Christ on Easter Sunday. There is a wonderful poem by Khalil Gibran, a Lebanese poet, in which he talks, what is death? What is death all about? And he says, you cannot find the secret of death unless you look for it in the heart of life, because life and death are one, even as the river and the sea are one. And when you get to the top of your mountain, he says, only then do you begin to climb. Claims your limbs, only then will you begin to dance. The life that we have here is a very short dress rehearsal for the life that goes on forever and ever, achieved for us by the wonderful story that we have entered into through Holy Week. The great drama, the climax of the story of Jesus of Nazareth, the Son of God who's come to change everything, to give us a new life and a new perspective. And as you look around here today, these are the heroes of our faith. These are people who've taught us, people who've listened to us, people who've helped us. And so their story goes on because love goes on. So as you come perhaps over this Easter period and taking a walk through this cemetery, be filled with Easter hope, because this is indeed a place of wonder, awe